Welcome. Going to the next thing, we will discuss the cognitive and emotional aspects of human factors with respect to product design and innovation. So, what are the cognitive and emotional aspects? Now, I can show you one picture. 3 chairs are there. So, as you can see, a product is whatever we have discussed up to this point. It's mainly the physical fit, how it will be usable from the point of physical aspects of the person, what is the abilities and limitation. But in a product, something more is there. If you see all these products like these 3, it is obviously going with your criteria that it is fitting our body, we can see it here, something like this. Yeah, obviously this adjustment is there, but mostly these 3 chairs is usable. But obviously these products are giving you some more message. So conventionally we used to follow that form follows function what we have discussed, and how physical ergonomics are aspects you should incorporate in your product. But it is something more. If you see this product from the first glance, you can understand this product, though it's the same chair, but it is obviously one is different from other. So how it is different? Because this is something you can understand, it's obviously used for office, it can be used in the at home. It is something very relaxing. When you are watching TV, you can see it's more comfortable. So it is some very soft cushion is there. It is very nice, but it's wooden, and you have something you can adjust, you can move from one place to another, all those things. So this product or this picture has some message, this product has some message. It's more than the physical fit or the physical ergonomics aspect. So each and every product is conveying some message to you. So we need to think what type of message. So if you think this product, from just one glance of this product you can identify where you can use, who can be fitted there, where you can put it, how soft that can be. With this thing you can think of softness, it is not soft, it is hard, or this can be mobile from one place to another. So whether it's portable, whether you can't fold it, so whether you can move it very easily. So all those message is inherent in this product. So that we will discuss in the cognitive, and how soft, we are expecting softness here, we are thinking that this product will be soft. Those things we can understand from this cognitive and emotional aspects of human factors with respect to product design and innovation. We will do a overview. So first is what we are doing, this from this picture you can understand this, we can use this fixture, we can adjust this thing, we can rotate here so it will come down. So we are trying to comprehend some information. After seeing this, after looking this thing, we are expecting something. This is very obvious when we are seeing some tap or something. In few cases we are understand we have to rotate it, maybe it is circular, so that's why. In some cases you will see you have to pull it or you have to push it down, so then your tap will be open. So these are the features of the visual clue it is giving by the product. So in the product design, if it is inherent, so you can use that product very easily. That is called product semantics. So semantic functions make the product more comprehensible. So it is giving some message, and if you can understand that message very easily, you can use that product. That is very much cognition. So now we will see one product. If you can see, this is a handycam. So first you see, if you have not used it before also, after seeing this thing, it is giving you some visual clue that you have to put your hand here. Okay, so and here also you can see this thing. So if it is not getting fitted here, you can tighten it. So it is another cue. After seeing this thing, if you see this thing, here is some notch is there. So this is giving another message that you can put your thing and you can open it. So this is not only the physical thing, because it is giving some message. So that is an affordance. We have discussed about affordance in the introduction and next also. So this is giving some information here. After that, if you see this thing, so here once you open, and here you have certain start stop which is very prominent here. So once you see this thing, another thing you see, not only the physical fit, once you hold this thing, obviously your finger will go this place. So once you hold, you will try to start or stop. So in this case you can start or stop this thing. Next, once you open this thing, you have certain slots here. So few cases you will see something like this. What it is, as this is put some affordance is there, some clue is there, I can understand you have to put like this and you have to open like this. Or in other cases you have something here. So you have, if you want to change the battery, you have something here. So if you see, there is something called battery, and if you can put, and then you can release your battery from here. So and also when you are pushing, it's just you put it and it will be. And also if you see, these are the affordance. So after seeing this thing, you obviously can understand these regions are this way. So if you do this thing or this thing, it will enlarge or it will reduce the size of the picture. So these are the physical appearance. And if you see something, so once you will see this thing, so you know here is some slot, so you have to put it, open it like this. So like this. So these are the physical visual clues or the physical features or of the product, what it is giving to you, what it is conveying some message to you, so that you can understand how to use. So mainly there are four things, that is to the semantic function of a product. We have taken this example of this video cam, that is to describe, to express, to signal and to identify. So these are the main functions what we have seen from this. But it is very important, the comprehensibility varies with the context. It will be very much dependent whether this person has used this product before or whether he has certain idea or something like this. Next we will go to the emotion. So what is emotion? Emotion can be, once we are talking about emotion, it can be happy, you can be sad. So all these are, you can be irritated, you can be very playful, joy, happiness. So all these are emotion. So how this emotion is relevant for in case of a product design? So now we will discuss about the product emotion. So what is product emotion? First we will go through a video, then we will discuss what is product emotion. So here you can see this person is using one sharpener, and he has used that thing, and later he has cleaned that sharpener, he has put this thing remaining on the desk. If you see this sharpener, so this sharpener is not a very common sharpener as we are using in day to day. So it has some form, it is something very cute thing, that is rabbit. And once you are using that thing, you can see it here that this teeth is coming down and up and down, okay. So and you have a very different sound also. So this is very, but this is actually serving the same thing, that is you are sharpening your pencil, activity is same, but it is a very different way. So if you ask this thing, when we are going to some market or want to buy some product, once we are seeing few products, range of product is there where the product is function is same. If we take the sharpener, all this sharpener is using this doing this sharpening of pencil. But if we see very specifically, this sharpener is bit different than, because it has some different form, it is giving you some it's very it's different, its experience is different, because once you are using it has some sound, it is doing something, this teeth is coming down and up. So you have certain different experience what you are not getting from your usual sharpener. So that is some, you can have some joy, or once you have this thing you can show your friends. So it is all, everybody will tell it is something different. So those thing is inherent to this product. So if this is something called product emotion, once you have this thing, it will be bit special from than any other sharpener what you have. So this is something called product emotion. Obviously product emotion in this case it can be joy, pleasure, but it can be in a negative way also. So that's why this is one example how in product design emotion matters. So in this type of cases, when you have a same type of activity, functionality is same, then emotion or product emotion is matters a lot. So how you will design your product, it is very inherent. So concept of product emotion is broad and indefinite. How it is broad and indefinite? As I have discussed that in this case it is pleasurable. It can be possible you are using a remote control to operate your TV and it's not working, so you will get irritated. So that can be a negative emotion. So that's why it can be very broad and very indefinite. Emotions are personal. Sometimes we are seeing that maybe you have a watch. So that watch is maybe as simple as any other watch, but if you have inherited maybe your grandmother, grandfather, then it has some different value. So product emotion is actually you are assigning some value to that product. So that in this type of clock watch example, it is very personal. It can be as simple as any other watch, but from your point of view, personally you are assigning more value to that product. So product emotion is assigning value which can be very personal. Products often evoke compound emotion. Compound emotion means it's not only about the, for example, if we take this sharpener example, it's not about seeing how it is looking nice, looking cute. It's also should actually work properly, means usability. If you think yeah it should actually sharpen this thing, its performance should be good, and if you see it also keeping this remaining of the thing inside, and once you are feel free you can put that remaining in the dustbin later on also, it is not messing up your table. So those things, usability, functionality, performance, also those things should be there. That's why it is a compound emotion. Only the look or the product visually what you are seeing, it is not the one single thing which can influence the emotion. Product emotion can influence customers to select a particular product from a range of similar products, that we have discussed. So once it is more, if you like this thing and that like is, it is not the logical thing, it should not work something. So once you have a range of product, most of the time for consumer product we are going with this emotion is very important, what it is influencing us. So if we go very briefly, there are few models we will discuss. So we can use these models when we are designing something. So emotional design model is one model given by Norman. So emotion and behavior are determined by different level of the brain. So there are three types of level, three levels are there. One is visceral level, behavioral level and reflective level. Now what is visceral level? Visceral level is very obvious, automatic. So what we know from our childhood, maybe what is very obvious, automatic, we like sweet, not the bitter taste of any food. So that is visceral level. Behavioral level is how you are using that product. So that is your behavioral level, what we can understand and how you are using this thing. Behavioral level is another thing is that when you are using some toy, okay, so it is not only you are doing some function, if you are using a Rubik cube or something, there is some challenge you are trying to achieve, so that is how to operate. So that is behavioral level. Another is reflective level. So reflective level is very in these two are in unconscious, not very consciously we are it is influencing us, but this reflective level will influence us very consciously. Now going to the next pleasure model. In pleasure model we are thinking that emotion is only that happiness. Mainly this pleasure model proposes the pleasurable, positive thing. So pleasure model proposes four conceptually distinct type of pleasure in user product interaction. For example, Pleasure model, we are thinking that will give you pleasure. So how it matters? If we think of certain object, there are mainly four types of pleasure: physio pleasure, socio pleasure, psycho pleasure, and ideo pleasure. So what is physio pleasure? Physio pleasure is physiologically means when you are holding something or gripping something, the texture, the interface, whether it's soft, whether it's how comfortable you are, how much happiness you are feeling once you are holding something, that pleasure. After holding something, what is the pleasure? If you think of this product, there is some smooth surface, so once you are holding, I am feeling very happy. So this texture can matter. So that is how, if something ridges are there, so that is a different pleasure it can be. So that is called physio pleasure. Socio pleasure is how you are socially getting connected or interconnected with other person. It can be you can have a very nice dining set or very nice coffee maker at your place, or you very nice jewelry something, so you are inviting some person, so that is you are showing to others and you are getting connected. They are saying you something that it's very nice or precious, so that is the socio pleasure. Nowadays it's very also another example is that Facebook, WhatsApp, so you are using, you are getting connected, so that type of pleasure you are getting, that is under socio pleasure. Psycho pleasure is how easily you can use it. For example, you can get a phone, so maybe a cell phone you got it, and after seeing that thing, you from that feature you can understand very easily how to operate it. If you take the same example of this thing, after having this thing you can very easily understand how to operate. You have to put this thing, so how easily you can operate, and sometimes it happens that it just worked. So you don't need any manual to learn to operate it in the first time. Definitely maybe you have to do certain functions, then you have to go through the manual, but and all it will be easy to handle, just it happened or just it worked very easily. So that is psycho pleasure. So how easily you can use that, or how much consistent it, that if you using something, that same feature has been repeated next time also, so you don't need to learn this for the second or third time, you can very easily do that. That is called psycho pleasure. Last but not the least is ideo pleasure. Ideo pleasure is which what type of product or something that is representing some idealism, or the, for take an example, nowadays we are using some recyclable product or organic food. These are it is representing some values, or it is representing something to the environment. So that type of product is under ideo pleasure. So this type of pleasure is considered under ideo pleasure. So in when you are designing some product, you can think of all this type of pleasure, so it can be valuable, it can assign value more than a product what is usual it is market available. So you can add this type of pleasure in your design to make it more acceptable, more preferred by the consumer. So very briefly, if we go through, there is a circumplex model by Russell, that this is the model. So once we are talking about that is more positive, means pleasure, how it is, we are accepting that it is pleasure, but in this case this another model is more about experience. It can be pleasurable, it can be not pleasurable, it can be very frustrating, it can be boring, like this. So in this case, according to this model, so our experience is mainly the combination of this valence, that is unpleasant to pleasant, and this arousal, that is come to activated. So these two parameters, interplay of these two parameters actually will change the experience. So once in this different position, if you can see, it is the interplay of this and this, or maybe if it is pleasant, activated, all these four parameters interplay will influence the experience. So experience of core effect is a single integral blend of those two dimensions which is this, that is called valence, and this is called arousal. If you see, valence is from unpleasant to pleasant, this is neutral, and from calm to activated, that is called arousal. So once this combination will happen, you will get different experience. So once you will have this pleasant and activated, then you will find inspiration. So this, depending on this position of the circumflex, you will your experience will be different. Okay, so this is the product experience circumflex. So now how it matters, experience, what we are talking about experience, how it matters. Say mainly there are three types, that is aesthetic experience, emotional experience, and experience of meaning. If we take this example of a watch which you have inherited maybe from your grandmom. So if you see the aesthetic, it is very obvious, you can understand from this thing, aesthetically it is nice, it can be. So that experience is there. Now experience of meaning. So experience of meaning is and emotional experience, once it you have inherited from your grandmother, so it has different meaning for you. Another is, when once you are wearing this, you are emotionally getting connected, you are feeling maybe nostalgic, you are having emotionally more valuing this thing. So these are the three experiences, that emotional connection you are, once you are wearing, you are getting that. So in this type of case, user product interaction, once with respect to this example, you are having this aesthetic, emotional, and experience of meaning. So we in any user product interaction, mainly these three experiences one can have, according to Desmond and Hackett. But when we are appraising something, maybe as we are talking about the assigning some value, so we are valuing something, so that is actually appraisal. So how it matters, just we will go through very briefly, that this is the classification of product emotion, what we are talking about. So how it matters, if you see, one first is the concern, what another is the product, next another is appraisal. So these three parameters, that is product, appraisal, and concern, these three parameters, this interplay of these parameters will evoke or elicit certain emotion. Okay, so this is with various underlying appraisal types, product emotion can be classified in 5 class. So we will take one example from each. So concern, appraisal, product, and all these three interplay will evoke emotion. Now taking one example, which is instrumental. Instrumental can be what you are operating, maybe one example can be one very high heel shoe. So high heel shoe, you want that once you wear this thing, you feel more elegant or something. So that can be under this instrumental appraisal process. So by that you are appraising, instrumentally appraising this thing. Aesthetic can be different, maybe once a chair or something, after the shape, form, color, aesthetically it is very nice. So you are appraising that, your emotion can be very happy with that thing. So that can be under aesthetic appraisal, aesthetic emotion. Another can be social. Social can be, one example can be something, maybe gun. So it is very dangerous. So you are thinking that that type of product is should not be used, should not be misused, something. So that is your, that product emotion is social product emotion, that will become in this. So that is maybe terrifying, so this is not accepted, this should not be. So this type of emotion is under social impression. So surprise is surprise element, if your product has some surprise element which you have not thought of, innovative. So maybe if we take this example of the sharpener, it is bit different, it is innovative, so it is surprising you. So that can be one example of surprise emotion. Last but not least is the interest emotion. Sometimes we are seeing few products, maybe some keyboard, mouse, once you are seeing, we are not looking it for the second time. If you ask, so then we will tell that it is nothing, is important there, it's very dull color, it's very monotonous, we are seeing this every day, so that interest is not there, so that is lack of interest. So in that case emotion will be very bored, nothing is very important to look second time, so that type of emotion, that is called interest emotion. So these are the main 5 types of emotion which are classified under this product appraisal process model, and in this case obviously it can be positive or it can be negative. So another thing is the mainly personality of product. So once we are seeing this thing, in this case after using this thing we are uh, feeling something. In this case, in case of product personality, what we are doing after seeing something, let's take an example of product personality. Once you are seeing this sharpener, maybe after seeing this thing, first you will tell it's cute. Usually if you think very logically, after seeing any kid or somebody, we are talking that we are telling that she is very cute or he is very cute, something like this kid is very cute. So we are assigning something that type of thing when we are assigning for some product, that is called product personality. Or sometime we are thinking something shaving instrument or something, we are after seeing that we are telling that maybe sports gear, we are saying that it's very masculine look is there. So that is the personality we are assigning to the product. Usually we are talking about how we are assigning a personality to any human being, that like the same thing we are assigning some personality to a product. So that is called product personality. So this symbolic meaning which refers to physical product itself and can be described by human personality characteristics is called product personality. And role of product personality and product choice is more prominent, that happens when functionality and usability of products are same. That is, you will, if you get a range of maybe shaving instrument, so then sometimes, or maybe watch, after seeing a range of watch you will see that okay, this will go in my hand better, it has some masculine look, it has some feminine look, something it is more ornamented, it will go with my character or something like this. So these are the, though all these watches will give you time perfectly, so it's more than this functionality and usability. When you have a range of products mainly for consumer products, you are thinking how it will go, how it looks, whether it will go with you or not. So those are the thing that happens when functionality and usability are same, then this is a can be an influencing factor, that product personality. And you can design the product personality in a product. So product personality depends on product attributes, it's mainly visually attributes. If something is more angular, usually we are seeing it like a masculine, if it is bit rounded, it's maybe bit feminine. So it's more like the visual attribute of the product, what it influence to tell that whether it's how the product personality is, what we will discuss in a one with one product in evaluation. Last but not the least, personality congruence model. Sometimes we are thinking that okay, it will match with my personality, it is very obvious in case of like sunglass, watch, dress, so which is almost extended part of our body. So it's once we are selecting any, preferring something or choosing some sunglasses, we are thinking okay, it will go with my personality, it will go very well with my personality, this watch. So that is called congruence, personality congruence. So once the personality of the user and personality of the product will match or congruent, then it will be more preferred by the consumer. So if perceived personality of a product matches with personality of the consumer, then consumer will like to choose this product. So this is very important when you are taking the considering the product personality in your design. So what we have discussed, these are the mostly the overview of this cognitive and emotional aspects, how you can incorporate from the point of view of human factors and ergonomics, and how you can incorporate this thing in your design. So once you will incorporate this thing, the product will be more user centered. Few features are very important in case of consumer product, because the preference will be very much important when the consumer is choosing that product, and it is very important that once you are designing some product, it is very important to balance the usability, that is physical fit, cognitive fit, and also the pleasure value of the product. Balancing both the usability and pleasure is important in a product to make it more user centered and successful. Thank you.